it just keeps heating up as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is now getting the endorsement for MVP from other media members like Kendrick Perkins, who are saying, look, we don't care about these false narratives going around why this guy shouldn't win MVP, how he doesn't deserve it, and specifically these free throw merchant narratives going around for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Kendrick Perkins had his own take on this, and it kind of shocked Thunder fans, as what he said is, like, it's encapsulated by pretty much what you can say here is the greatest, like the worst person ever made a good point. That's what it reminds me of, because, you know, Kendrick Perkins, we don't trust him from time to time, all right? He says some outlandish things, but now he is like, whoa, this is actually like a logical thing Kendrick Perkins said. And it kind of shows off why Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the MVP, all right? And there's many other reasons as well that we're going to be covering in this video. The main one is what Kendrick Perkins said, talking about that narrative going around with Shai about being a free throw merchant, along with my reasonings and, you know, kind of speculation on why he is going to win MVP now. Before we get into all this, though, quick moment to recognize that around 63% of you guys are coming back and watching these videos are not yet subscribed to the channel. Coming back anyways on a regular basis, and it's the best way to support the channel. Plus, coming up in a year of Thunder Digest, the year of the channel being, you know, what we've got going on. So thank you guys for that. That's tomorrow, March 27th, year anniversary. Got big things planned for this weekend for a big time stream with some big time guests coming on there. So please check that out coming up this Sunday. With that out of the way, let's go ahead, get into talking about today's, you know, kind of topic here, talking about SGA, some absurd reasons why he should be the MVP, and just kind of breaking down this false narrative around him right here, okay? First off, you know, let's take a look at what Perk said, all right? This is what Perk had to say. Let me tell you something about SGA. Everybody in the world that's been complaining about free throws, foul baiting, they didn't complain when Jordan did it, and they didn't complain when Kobe did it. It's like this is what everyone that is just has some common sense, that watches basketball, that watches Thunder games, that watches every game, you know, that they can in the NBA. All right. It's like this is what they all been saying. But no, the casual person that only watches their favorite team and doesn't care about anything else and tries to just throw out propaganda on Twitter, TikTok, whatever it may be, Instagram, they just constantly say is like, nah, Shai's a free throw merchant. Look at this one clip here. This one clip out of a whole game that you had to try to find. You found one clip of him trying to get to the free throw line. Let's not act like great scorers don't do it. Harden does it. Joel Embiid does it. Watching that Clippers game, Harden got to the line only one time off a two-pointer. His other attempts came from shooting threes. He was foul baiting on the three-point line. But yet people want to complain more about SGA because he's in the limelight. He's about to win MVP in a small market. That's why. That is why people are complaining about it. He's about to win MVP in a small market because he doesn't play for a large market, all right? He's not this big name personality, even though he should be, because he's the best damn player in the whole entire world. He is. But yet, no, people want to complain. People want to throw out these false narratives for why he shouldn't win it, blah, blah, blah. And they got some media members believing it for a little bit. But now they're kind of turning back on it. I was like, whoa, looking at the stats in his actual game, he's not a free throw merchant looking at it. He truly isn't. And let's look at the stats as well, all right? Let's look at the stats because they are impressive. These are impressive stats right here. 33 points a game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, a block, a steal a game, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls, shooting 52% from the field while shooting 37% from 3. He has really stepped it up in these last few months shooting the 3 ball. If you remember, back in started January, he was shooting like 32% from 3. Now he's shooting 37% from 3, and he has a chance to make that like 38, 39 to finish out the season. If he can get as close to 40 as possible, I think he has it on lock, and he'd probably be unanimous MVP. Looking at some other, you know, key specific stats here. He's shooting 30% on corner threes, 35% of his threes are assisted, and only 26% of his shots are threes. So just barely over a quarter of his shots are three-pointers. So the fact that he's doing majority of this from like inside the paint, driving in mid-range is absurd to me. And people want to say, oh, take away free throws, how much is he averaging, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's take away free throws. He's still averaging 25. That is, I believe, 4th most points in the NBA if you just take away Shai's free throws. All right? It's absurd. It is absurd people are saying this, all right? Let's also look at some free throw attempts from MVP seasons as well, all right? This one right here. This is, you know, MVPs ranked by most free throw attempts per game. You have Joel Embiid right there with 11.7 per game. That is kind of crazy. Taking 11 free throws a game, and he's making 10 of them. he's only averaging 23 points then. He's only averaging 23. All right, less than Shai. If you take away his free throws this season, Shaquille O'Neal, 10. All right, take away that. He's already averaging less than Shai, but even then, he's not even averaging 20 points a game. Russell Westbrook, love him to death, all right? My bad. I messed up on the Shaq thing. He's averaging 24 points a game, still less than Shai, all right? Russell Westbrook, not the greatest shooter in the world, still got 10 free throws a game, 31 points right there, all right? LeBron James, 10. Allen Iverson, 10. Like all these guys, 10, 10, 9.9, 9.5, blah, blah, blah. Where does Shai rank amongst all these guys? Not even the top 10, if you look at it. All right? He sits right between Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan down there at the bottom. Let's count it down real quick, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11th, 12th. That'd be 12th out of all those players for free throw attempts per games for MVP seasons. 12th, but yet people want to say, he's a free throw merchant. He can only score by getting the line. BS. Just stop with this. You just hate the guy. That's simple. You just hate him. You do not like him. Admit it at that point. Stop throwing out these false narratives to try to bring him down and diminish his greatness. He is going to be the only player this season that is on all-NBA first team and all-defensive first team. The only player. All right, he's one of the best defenders in the league, one of the best two-way players, the best scorer in the league, the best player in the entire world. But yet people want to say, he's a free throw merchant. Take away his free throws. He's not doing anything. Blah, 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 blah. He 100% deserves it. No doubt about it in my mind. And let's look at some other graphics that kind of show off this, all right? One I really like is this one right here, all right? SGA joined some elite company. These are the only players with at least 45 30-point games in 3 consecutive seasons. Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, and now Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's some insane company to be a part of. 2 of the greatest players to ever play the game. But yet people want to say, he's averaging too many free throws. He's averaging too many. He would rank 12th overall in the last 15 MVP seasons. All right, if he won MVP this year for free throw attempts per game. 12th out of 15. Not, he's in the top 6. He's in the top, 33%. He's in the bottom 33% there. He's in the bottom third of free throw attempts per game. It's just crazy. People want to keep spreading this stuff and not actually look at the games and look what he does. That is the absurd thing that I find with people calling him a free throw merchant and saying he doesn't deserve MVP. He currently on FanDuel Sportsbook sits at minus 5,000 odds to win MVP. That pretty much means he's unanimous. DraftKings is minus 2,000. Everyone agrees that he should be MVP besides these casuals just trying to rage bait on Twitter. Just stop hating. That's simple. You just hate the dude. It's not even I just truly, when you look at the stats, he doesn't deserve it, blah, blah, blah. That stats show he deserves it. The only media member I see out there hating on him still, for no reason, is Sean Powell, who writes for the NBA, and it's been proven he loves the Nuggets. So, of course, he's going to try to diminish Shai and move the goalpost back even further for him, but move it forward for Jokic and giving him an easier chance. We've seen this. I'm not trying to diss on Jokic. In another season, yes, he's the MVP, but not this season when you're going against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now, who is the better player this year. He truly is. All right? There's no getting around that. Final graphic I want to leave you guys with, which is also an insane one. This one right here. I know it's a little blurry, but this is from the game against the Kings. All right? Total points leaders. You have SGA in first with 2,252, and then a huge gap of 300 points, and Anthony Edwards at second overall. Then Shai is almost second overall if you only let him score in 3 quarters. If you only let him score in 3 quarters, he is third overall in points per game this year. In total points, I mean. Does that not scream MVP to you? Do these graphics and stats not say, yeah, this dude's legit? If you take away all free throws in the NBA this year, Shai is still the leading scorer by points per game and total points. All right? Just stuff like that. That proves time in and time out why this free throw merchant narrative is just BS. It's just fake. All right? It's a false narrative that was started up just to try to win Jokic or Giannis MVP. All right, because he plays a classical game. Everyone was tired of like, oh, I'm tired of all the threes. Where's the mid-range? Where's the driving? Shai does it, and it's like, free throw merchant, free throw merchant. Why is it when Shai does it, it's a problem? But if any other player did it, everyone would love him. Chant MVP for him. That's what would be going on. But that's not the case for some reason for SGA. Everyone hates him when he does something that everyone wanted people to do. It's just crazy to me. But Kendrick Perkins, what he said is finally showing that the media is finally buying in. Like, yeah, this free throw narrative, free throw merchant narrative, it's just fake. I don't know why we ever believe that. Kendrick Perkins is starting it. Stephen A. Smith is believing it as well. Skip Bayless is believing it. Brian Windhorst is believing it. Those four main guys are going to believe it. Everyone else is going to start believing it as well. Shaq advocates that SGA should win MVP. Even Barkley says it as well. Everyone is starting to realize, yeah, he is the MVP. And it would not surprise me if he ended up getting unanimous MVP this year because of how well he is playing, along with the lead the Thunder have in the Western Conference. They have a legitimate chance to get 70 wins with 10 games left in the season. They need to win all 10. But with the play SGA has been playing at lately, it would not surprise me if they got there. They would need one more win for a franchise record. They already tied the franchise record with 60 wins. We still got 10 games left in the season. It's absurd, and it's all because of SGA playing at another absurd level and taking a leap in every single aspect of his game. That's all I got for this video. Let me know what you guys think about the free throw narrative, like free throw merchant narrative going around with him, because it's just utter BS. That's what it is, all right? You guys get my take on it. That's all I got. See you guys in the next one.